All right, everyone, welcome back to Bloodlords. In our last session, our group of adventurers made a deal with the demon lord Abraxas. Well, less a deal, it included a deal, but was coined inherently as a reward for assisting in taking down Imrig Zul and his operation of creating reality warping potions. You were to be sent back home. And alongside that, given a choice. Return to what was your present, a couple hundred years after everything that had happened, a time when the sky had been rent open and the red fog that covers Geb no longer there, when Lixel had a somewhat struggling fleet of pleasure ships operating on Geb's rivers as an income source for you. Or still be sent back home. Not necessarily, well, unknown at the time what time period you would arrive in, but to retrieve something for Abraxas, the child form of a Divinity Leech, as he called it. He promised that should you undertake that job, should you accept that deal, you all would have the best opportunity of achieving that which you desired most. And so you all chose that route. Being sent across the veil between planes, skipping realities to return back to Geb. To a city only one of you has been to before. A place where one of you used to live, the capital city of Mechitar on Geb's coast. More importantly than where you arrived, though, was when you arrived. Noticing that red fog once again covering the sky of Geb, questions started to arise, and grabbing a random person on the street and asking, you found out that it is the 30th of Erastus, 4725 AR. Hundreds of years in the past, and 3 days following the wedding between Cajme and Amira that led to your capture. Finding a place of rest at a local inn, the Withered Root, you decide to drop some money on a magic scroll at a local shop, sending a message to Lixel, the one person who had managed to safely escape that you know of from the wedding. Who responded and is theoretically on their way to Mechitar now. They probably won't arrive anytime soon. Or, at the very least, not for a couple days. Until then, the 5 of you are on your own. In the capital city of Geb, back in time. Before war with Nex has broken out, before Necressa's machinations have created an entirely new legion of soldiers for Geb. A time of what could be considered peace. What accounts for it anyways in Geb. It is close to noon right now. What would you all like to do?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I would like to go to the arena.
How much does Amira remember of her time in Mechitar post-wedding?
I mean, it has been a couple hundred years, so I imagine her memory's a bit foggy, but I mean, she did spend like a good 70 years of her life in Mechitar, the first 70 years of her life in Mechitar.
So, as this is kind of where you are, I think it's really up to you. I'll back you up in whatever you want to do.
I even have Mechitar lore as my lore skill. Ooh. I mean, okay. Let me start by asking, what is our objective currently? Is it just to wait? Well, we're waiting for Lixil, but what are we hoping to achieve once we find Lixil? What are we trying to do that we can start on now?
Oh no, I just want to kill Sumi too.
I want to kill him too.
Is the Fleshmonger? Go ahead.
The Fleshmonger Federation does not exist at this point in time, I believe.
That is correct. You learned that last session.
Are there any factions that are similar that Solomon could go deliver his bag of meat to? Somebody he could sell it to, even?
Give me a recall knowledge.
Solomon spent so long collecting all of that meat. I'm not gonna let it go to waste.
And who made the choice to come back to this time period?
You did!
Incorrect.
We could also see if we can get money for it at the very least.
Random bits and bobs.
I got some prime creatures in here, and there's no oxygen, so they haven't decayed yet.
Unfortunately, Amira, you're not familiar with any factions that operate quite the same as the,
You also have Mechitar lore. Would you mind,
Can I finish my answer first?
I'm so sorry, love.
The closest
excited.
thing you can think of, Amira, would just be selling to the reanimators. They,
Okay.
you know, you've got some interesting corpses. They might be willing to purchase them from you.
Yeah. When we get the chance, Amira will go show Solomon to the closest reanimator outpost or whatever.
Sure. I mean, one of their headquarters is here in Mechitar.
Yeah, that's what I meant. What were you gonna ask him? I have Mechitar lore, so...
I think she also
She
has
was going
a
to say
skill
she has
that we want to
Mechitar
try.
lore as well and ask if I can roll recall knowledge about a place, which I can now. I just want to finish what I was saying first.
Oh, she does.
Thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries. No worries at all. I just
It's
had
going
an
to happen
answer,
a lot
so.
this session.
Recall knowledge for Cajme. You're not sure of anything in particular here, Cajme. You know a lot of Mechitar, but your information also comes from dozens upon hundreds upon thousands even of different versions of Mechitar, all slightly different from one another. So, while there are a lot of similarities, your information is... You're a lot of the times potentially going to be thinking about things and then go, oh wait, that's a different Cajme's Mechitar that has that.
We find the local butcher shop.
I mean, yeah, you could probably find some market stalls that would be willing to purchase interesting corpses as well. There are a lot of ghouls in Mechitar, so people do just eat flesh and do buy it. But if you're looking for like a full-on faction, your best bet is probably the reanimators.
If we did sell it to them, would we gain like credit with them or anything like that?
I mean, you
Would
get
it even
coin.
matter? Would it even matter gaining points with factions at this where we are currently?
I mean, if it...
I thought that was the point of what we were trying to do before we got sent to Cuckoo Land.
Yeah, it's...
Well, yeah, but we're 200 years in the past. Unless
So
they're
that
gonna
means we have.
remember it 200 years into the future.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna be alive 200 years from now, so why not build credit early?
if nothing else, building credit with the factions might help us in doing whatever we want to do, revenge or salvation. Just getting on people's good sides would be good.
Actually, now that I think about it, was it the reanimators that put me down there in the first place? Because Solomon was technically created.
There would have likely been members of the reanimators amongst those individuals, but they were more so a private organization that built you, Solomon. It wasn't directly any of the great factions, at least that you're aware of.
Okay. If I recognize anyone, though, I'm pouncing them.
I had a thing I was gonna say, but I have.
Amira had a
instead-
thought.
Yeah, imagine that. I can actually think every now and
Someone
again.
note the time and date a unique event has just occurred.
Call bullshit.
But yeah, I think finding reanimators to sell Solomon's meat to. God.
Jesus Christ.
And oh yeah, here's see if we can find anybody that we can talk to get a gauge on, like, is this our Mechitar? Is this okay? Like, is this the Mechitar we had back 200 years ago, or is this a different, slightly parallel Mechitar? See if we can find any people knowledgeable about wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. See if they can tell us anything.
Well, I'm gonna be absolutely no help in that.
You can be my guard dog.
Well, here's the thing. We're in Mechitar, the power base of the Church of Urgathua, where Necressa probably holes up in the cathedral. And I'm a Gnoll. I probably stand out like a sore thumb in this place. Jericho, is there a way I could have armor constructed to hide my features?
We call that a helmet.
You can help me sell my meat. No one will mess with both of us.
Are you talking about, like,
Well-
hiding your fur in general?
Yes, I mean, I'm assuming that there are other large creatures that are mulling about in just Geb in general, and probably
Yeah.
also in Mechitar. I want to try to hide the fact that I am a Gnoll.
Your simplest option, honestly, would be a magical disguise for that. That
There's
would
a
just
hat you can
be
get
the
cheap.
best way to hide yourself.
I think there's actually a cheap hat you can get that casts that on you.
It is the
It's,
masquerade scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they
I don't
changed
have
it.
enough money to get the
Oh, they
one to
changed
keep it on. I only can get the one that lets me do it once per day for 10 minutes.
What if we just did a Brazilian wax on you?
I will rip your soul out of your corpse and feed it to the dark god if you try
Oh,
that.
God.
Don't worry, it only hurts a lot.
What if I reached deep inside of myself and I pulled out like a very distracting hat? So distracting that nobody would even recognize that you were a Null underneath it.
That would draw more attention to it.
That would draw more attention to me. Casual.
What if somebody else wore a very distracting hat and you just switched through a couple of masquerade scarves?
What if I wore gray sweatpants so that way everyone looked away?
So Jericho, back to the armor idea.
Solomon, the day you wear gray sweatpants is the day I stop running this campaign. So, do it if you dare.
Well, time to go shopping.
Wearing heavy armor in general makes your general features harder to make out. If you're wearing a full suit of armor, it is hard to necessarily exactly notice what type of creature is underneath that armor. But there isn't any clean solution to your problem besides attempts at disguising yourself, Mahari.
You also have a tail. Like, keep that shit out. Like, gnolls don't have tails. Wear a helmet. Wave your
True.
tail.
That's actually really true. Gnolls don't have tails.
It is true, they don't. Okay. So, would it make any lick of difference, Jericho, if Mahari got a helmet fashioned to wear?
If you are trying to disguise the fact that you are a gnoll, or Kolo, sorry, terminology. Tipsy, don't sit underfoot. I just stepped on you. I'm so sorry.
Hi, Tipsy. I love you.
He's thinking.
He is.
I don't think there's a really good way to just inherently hide that you are a gnoll without the use of magic, unfortunately. Your best chance would just be disguising yourself, which will be focusing on deception rolls.
I just drape my big ass cloak on him.
I can create a disguise for other people, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So I can like help to create a disguise for whenever
Yeah.
Mahari needs to go out for walkies. I'm sorry, that came out.
Racist.
I'm sorry.
Correctly.
Gnolls aren't people. They don't have rights.
It's like
Again.
ghouls.
I'm gonna say that's ghouls you're talking about there, Mahari.
Oh yeah, ghouls. So okay. Obviously, I don't think any of us have the funds to magically disguise me that much. But if I were to just wear like a long cowl over my head, obviously it wouldn't hide my face, my snout, but it would hide the fact it would give me more anonymity to people who would say be looking for me in particular, if for any reason they were.
Sure.
Okay. Is there like a hood of darkness that does that?
There is an entire archetype focused on disguising yourself better.
God damn it.
And there is a masquerade scarf. Go buy one.
So what we can do, Mahari, is we can get you the cheap masquerade scarf. Actually, how much is the greater? Do we have enough cash between all of us? Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and buy you a greater masquerade scarf. I have the funds.
I have 15 gold.
And
Almon's
then
a
if we
starting
need
character.
anything else, then I can use creator disguise on you.
It's called a masquerade scarf.
Masquerade scarf.
There it is.
So you're buying one for him, Amira?
Yes.
Okay.
It's well, I'm going to contribute 100 gold to this because
Okay.
which one? The regular one or the greater one?
The greater one is what we want.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll be down to 7 silver.
Keep your 100 gold. I have 800 gold right now. You do not need to bankrupt yourself.
All right, I need to make a
How
note.
the hell?
Pay Amira back 340 gold, right, Jericho?
That is how much a masquerade scarf costs, yes.
I'm going to make a note to myself that I need to pay her
I
back that.
hear you, but it's in the party's interest that you don't get caught. So, like, if it's pride, maybe do like 50-50. Let the party support you, and then I'll go halvesies on the half with Amira. I don't know if I have any money. I'm away from my laptop. But if I have money, you can have it.
I'm wondering how she has over 800 gold right now.
She just buy shit.
Yeah, I haven't spent.
Cajme's got about 540 gold.
Yeah, we got you, Mahari.
Okay.
We need you to be comfortable buying your armor and shit. We don't need that
Across the
stuff.
lot, the party has about 3,200 gold in cash right now. You guys also have 3 unidentified items that sat in the party stash the entire time you were in the Abyss.
You know what? I think Syrian should buy it for him because he's not here.
That can be his punishment for not showing up.
Correct. That's what happens
He does
when you
not
don't
have enough
show up.
money.
Can we try and identify those items real quick?
You may.
How do we do that?
Recall knowledge rolls.
Will you please recall my knowledge?
I have.
I'm about to sit down.
Amira, have you already paid for the masquerade scarf?
Yes.
Okay.
As punishment, I get to eat one of his podlings.
And let's see. So, Cajme, there are 3 items. Which would you like to try and identify first? There is the enchanted stone armor, the dragon head wand, and the enchanted armbands.
The dragon head wand, of course.
Okay.
I'm very much about this dragon action lately.
Unfortunately, you are not able to identify what it does.
I've been through so many time streams in the recent past.
Mhm.
Cut me some slack.
It is a wooden baton. It is a wooden baton featuring a carved dragon's head at one end and a metal ball at its midsection. You know it's a wand.
Yeah.
You know it's got probably about 3rd rank magic in it with that roll, but today at least you are not able to identify exactly what enchantment it has.
Can I attempt to identify it so that...
So, before you do that, can I go hand it to Aranthe politely? Not that I don't trust you, but that's what Cajme would do.
Should I try to use occultism to identify the armbands?
Mm-hmm.
Cajme
Aranthe
will
stepped
hand
away
it.
right now.
Oh, well, she would hand it to her and be frustrated and say, "Fix this."
I assume it's just a recall knowledge?
It is. And unfortunately, I mean, Solomon, you've probably got a good idea, at least above table, what these are, considering that these are leather bands imprinted with images of muscled weightlifters. Unfortunately, right now in character, you don't quite recognize the enchantment. You know it has to do with strength, but you don't know exactly what it does. Amira or Aranthe, you are able to identify the wand, which is a 3rd rank Wand of Shardstorm.
Nice.
Which makes it so that if you cast Force Barrage from it, or you can cast Force Barrage at 3rd rank from it, and then on each of your following turns for a minute, it'll shoot 1 more little force missile at an enemy. So, fun little guaranteed damage.
Item has to be identified before you can equip it, correct?
I believe if you drag the armbands into your inventory, will it let you invest in them?
I will check.
I'm pretty sure you can invest in them, you just can't use any activations.
I believe that's how it works, but I'm not sure if
Nope,
will let you.
I can't even invest in them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a bit of a shame.
I was just wondering, because I know some people like to take risk and equip cursed items before
Normally
identifying.
I would allow it because of that. I think that's more a Foundry issue than anything else.
Well, I don't want to metagame, though, so I'll just leave them off for now.
That's fair. Mahari, anything you were going to try and investigate?
Like from the party stash?
Yeah.
Or are you referring to Mechitar itself?
No, just while the party is identifying these items, was there anything you were going to try and identify?
No, Mahari would invest his scarf and be working on within the limitations of its magic, work on a creature he could take the form of that would not draw suspicion. Something that's his general shape, but is not his species.
Mahari, I'd like to introduce you to the fact that you are in Mechitar. Nothing draws suspicion here. Are you kidding me? Everyone is fucking weird. Like, the most suspicious thing would be looking like a normal living person here.
Okay, I as the player know that. Mahari doesn't.
Amira could... That is general information Amira could share with everyone.
Amira will share that information with Mahari. Like, Mahari, you don't just like look like look like Solomon if you want.
Two
Mahari's gonna look at
shrouded zombies.
Mahari's gonna look at Solomon.
What?
But I'm real.
I thought I was
And look like a
imaginary.
real Solomon.
Looks back at him. Back at you.
I'm so confused. What am I looking at now?
We're
Nothing. Mahari's looking at you.
Does he look like me?
No, I'm telling Mahari to use his masquerade scarf to look like you.
Oh,
And then Mahari made fun of the fact that you aren't actually real.
gotcha.
Okay, so you'll see a hood come over Mahari's head, and then his snout change to a catfolk's.
There you go.
He'll shrink by 6 inches and lose 50 pounds.
Doppelganger church.
Well. Cajme, Aranth, Amira. I mean, you guys can each attempt to identify each item once per day. So, the wand has been identified. Solomon, you did fail to identify the armbands, but you guys can do multiple attempts to identify the other items as well.
I guess I'll try on the armor, though. With my knowledge stuff,
Sure.
I'm probably not going to.
The armor, I will say, is a much higher DC to identify.
Oh, well, I mean, since we can all do it, I'll try both of them then.
Yeah.
Why not?
This is first one's for the armor.
First one's for the armor, second one's for the armbands.
Alright, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Same, and also welcome back, Nyx.
Thanks. Got a new headset.
All right.
May your headset be more kind to you than my new headset is to me.
Well, I was kind of calling one of my friend's bluffs yesterday. So this was a purchase that I forgot that I had made at like 1 o'clock in the morning until the Amazon guy was like, "Hey, I'm here," and I'm like, "Oh,
Oops.
no."
Aranth, would you like to make a single
Comfy.
recall knowledge for me
Yes.
to identify the magic stone armor? Because you guys do manage to identify the armbands.
Yay.
And Nyx, I hate you for that roll. I want you to know. The armbands are armbands of athleticism, so they give you an item bonus to athletics checks, and when you climb, if you succeed at climbing or swimming, you get a bonus to the move distance from it.
Hey, Solomon. That's like
May
right
I
up your alley.
May I has?
Aranth,
Yeah, take.
Yes.
with that natural 20, you are able to identify the Petrified Victory Plate. A set of +1 resilient full plate with a bright tabard. It has a distinctive coat of arms divided into 4 shields. One of the 4 fields is filled with the visage of a Medusa right now. The general effect of this armor is that when you destroy a creature effectively of the item's level or lower, you can create its visage on the victory and then use that visage to give yourself resistance to a specific damage type for a period of time.
Wow.
Because of your natural 20, Aranth, you learned that this is cursed.
Not as fun. Okay.
And the Medusa visage on it cannot be removed and will do nothing if you try and activate it. You also become petrified for a round whenever you get crit.
Cool. Can I dispel the curse?
Pretty hard. Do you have Cleanse Affliction by chance?
I don't know what that is.
That is a spell.
It's the new remove curse, basically.
Then no.
That is the spell that allows curses to be counteracted most easily.
Okay. If not, can I do an occultism roll?
Removing curses is extremely difficult to do inherently. That's why it's specific magic.
Oh.
Cleanse Affliction normally at 2nd rank, that's its base rank, doesn't even really do much to curses. You have to cast it at 4th rank to be able to have a chance of counteracting.
Oh.
So
How much would a scroll of that be?
4th rank scrolls are 70 gold. I'd also say you could probably take this to a temple and pay someone to guarantee that it is successfully decursed.
What I'm hearing is we have options.
Yes.
Can I roll an extra recall knowledge now that I know that one of these 3 items is cursed to see if I now sense any other curses?
Sure.
Thank you.
Because normally you only know an item is cursed if you crit succeed at identifying it. And Cajme, what is it with you always rolling nat 20s when you try and do the weird things?
I do what I do.
Why do you spite me so?
I'm a one-trick pony.
The other items are not
That's an
cursed.
awesome trick to have.
As
So
far as you can tell,
question,
that Shardstorm wand, the armbands of athleticism are not cursed. Only this victory plate is.
We've equipped him anyway. But
Um,
I have a question regarding the infusions.
Mhm.
So, one of my draconian infusions is on my lifting belt, but the item bonuses don't stack. The athleticism is greater. So, would it move over to that, or is the infusion stuck on that item
The
permanently?
Draconian Infusion, that is your relic. So the lifting belt is part of that specific set. The set name is the infusion. So it is attached to that item specifically. You will...
And there's no...
If you have the armbands on, that'll be the better effect you get, but there is no real way to shift it over.
Yeah.
Because the point of the relic set, it's a series of items at low to high level.
Yep.
It's the first time I'm using relics in a campaign, so when
And
putting them on,
relic
I had
sets
no...
are a little weird as well, because normal relics grow with you. Relic sets are specific items.
Alright.
Ugh, excuse me.
Oh, lifting belt has an additional effect, so it's not a total loss.
Yeah. It's also not like you have a lot of invested items right now.
8 to 13, yeah.
When it comes to the Wand of Shardstorm,
Yeah.
only Aranth and Cajme can use it.
Correct.
Sarian doesn't count because he's not here.
We're gonna give
Checks
him
out.
so much shit.
We are. We are
He
going to give
deserves
him
it.
some crap when he gets back. Are one of you two ladies going to take it, or
I'm sorry, what was it?
it's the Wand of Shardstorm?
I've been
Let's
kind of
see.
into dragon stuff lately, but I don't need to be selfish.
Take it. That's fine.
Okay. And then,
I'm gonna wave it around like it is a scepter, and now that I am queen of the Dragonhead's wand.
Cashmere, don't you know standard wand, fire wand safety? Never wave it around like that. You're pointing the barrel in our faces.
Screw safety. Let me see if I can take it.
Cashmere's gonna look so defeated and very sad because she did not actually know wand safety.
Cajme comes from an era where wand safety wasn't yet standardized, Amira. Come on.
oh Lord above.
So I'm gonna go over like, come on, test it on me. Let's see how it works.
Oh, we might need it for later today if we get into something.
Yeah. For the Petrified Victory Plate, I'm pretty sure Mahari's the only one who can use it, and he doesn't want to wear cursed armor. So should we just sell it?
What if we uncurse it? Is it better? Because I'll pay
Um,
to have it uncursed if it's good armor.
Yeah, if you like the armor, we will work to get it uncursed for you. It is pretty high level armor.
No. I'm looking at the only thing that makes it better than the armor I'm currently wearing is its effect. You kill or destroy a creature of a level equal to or greater than your victory plate, which is a level... What level's this item?
The victory plate is level 9 right now. As you improve the potency and resilient runes on it, that will improve further. The downside of the victory plate, Mahari, is that it is a specific magic item, which means property runes cannot be applied to it.
What are property
Oh,
runes?
oh, hell no.
Those are
Yeah.
things like flaming runes, the raiment rune that Mahari has on his armor right now. Any sort of rune on a weapon or armor that gives a special effect is considered a property rune.
Well, then let's sell it for your masquerade scarf.
Ugh. Yeah, I was gonna say, sell it to recoup the cost of the masquerade scarf.
I like this plan.
Okay, if you guys, if you want to go and find someone to sell the victory plate, more than welcome to. Wouldn't be able to sell it. I mean, you could theoretically sell it at the same place you bought the masquerade scarf. Amira, you've been to Shadow Threads before, so you knew where they were to pick up the masquerade scarf pretty easily.
Yeah.
If you were looking to sell something like victory plate, that would more so go towards... You'd probably find a smithy for that. And funny thing, here in Mechitar, curses don't make an item less valuable.
Okay, see, I was about to say, if it
Makes
did, I
sense.
would totally lie about it.
Quite frankly, that's the issue. Most people did lie for the longest time, so the people just stopped selling things for less. There are a number of undead, especially the more wealthy and aristocratic undead, who like to collect cursed items because they're rarer. And, you know, collecting curses on oneself is so gauche, so might as well collect it on the items.
Jericho,
Yeah.
while we're in Mechitar, my champion's aura is folded in on me. It's not active.
Sounds good. Good to
It
know.
is, yeah. He is
Amira, give
not
me a
giving-
diplomacy check real quick.
Ooh, he doesn't need people recognizing him.
May I ask specifically what this is for? So I can
This
apply
is just to get a
loaded
slightly better deal on the armor, so I can fully recoup you the exact price of the
Okay,
uh,
sure.
masquerade scarf.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'd say that's good
Oh.
enough. You can get exactly 340 gold back.
Nice.
It would have been 337.5 originally,
Okay.
but that's what... Just get 340 back. This is what the scarf cost.
Wop. Ugh.
So Amira goes out and does some brief shopping this afternoon.
And my masquerade scarf is like the color of liquid shadow.
Sure. You can make it vanish when it's in use.
Okay.
It can be, also, don't forget, Mara, you have the raiment rune, so you can make your armor look like regular clothes.
And that is until I turn it off, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Now the raiment ruin is, I can't see like a DC in here for people to disbelieve it. Is the DC
25.
based on 25?
Yes.
Okay.
It's, there's not really a good way to check the effects of runes that are already on an item in Foundry. You just have to go kind of look them up in the browser. Or the compendium again.
The DC 25 flat check.
No.
That's impossible. Anyways,
But it
Exactly.
does require a creature to be benefiting from true sight or a similar effect to attempt to disbelieve it. So it is not something that can easily be seen through normally.
It's an
okay.
impossible DC because anyone who does recognize it, we eat them.
I see.
I would consult with Amira about that. And
Why do we have to eat her too?
no, but I think
I mean,
Eventually,
maybe.
Solomon, eventually.
yeah. Jericho, Mechitar is bigger than any city we've been in so far, correct? Aside from
Correct.
Florona.
This is by far the biggest city. Population of a bit over 40,000. It is a level 20 settlement.
Was it bigger than Pleroma?
Well, capital city
Or
was
is that...
Diovengia itself was the city name. I know it's a lot.
Oh,
It was
okay, yeah,
the
Diovengia.
Abyss. Pleroma was the name of the realm in the Abyss you were in, and Diovengia was the name of the city.
Yeah.
Diovengia's scale is a bit hard to judge, to be fair.
Okay, let me narrow it down then. The Abraxas is Ziggurat
Yeah,
that we went into. It's bigger than any building in Mechitar.
correct. It is far bigger than the Cinerarium, the Cathedral of the Epiphenomena, Pertinacia. Yeah, it's bigger than all of those.
Okay.
And for anyone wondering, these sort of black sub-pyramids are called Alcazars. Amira, you would know this because you used to live in one. This is where primarily the residencies of the wealthy and aristocrats around the city are located.
Nice.
So that would be where Simi-2's suite would be, is in one of those. On
We'll
top of
get
that,
around
though,
to
the
that
security of
eventually.
them is pretty high.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, you got to keep up appearances.
Which, interestingly enough, it isn't any actual, like, the Bellator Mortis doesn't guard them. It's each individual who lives there's personal security that guards them.
You call it the Bellator Mortis?
The Bellator Mortis, that is the city guard.
Now, obviously this is Geb, so this isn't just an ordinary city guard. This is listen to the rules in here or we're gonna frickin' unalive your ass.
Well, we'll take you to court first, but yeah.
So these are the city guards that can actually fight back.
These are quite strong city guards, yes.
Got a couple Grave Knights in there.
Grave Knights would be the rank and file, mostly.
Oh, god damn it!
This is a 20th level settlement. Level 14 is a low level for the city guard. You're going to be looking at the average guard level being 16, 17.
Fuck.
But that's also more just for, like, stat purposes. They are, at the end of the day, just well-trained guards. Geb is also a place that a lot of times, like, personal guards are more honor guard than anything else. Because the people who they're protecting can oftentimes just be stronger than them.
So they're
The DC for the arena is.
Solomon.
Freaking Solomon in the arena.
Get your mind off the arena.
It's right there. I can't stop looking.
Like, if you really want to go and reveal who you are, you can.
No,
Try and get a fight
scheduled.
scheduled.
I have to schedule these things?
Yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
They don't just let any Joe Schmo come in and challenge the Deathless Arena.
Yeah,
Then I
this
don't have
isn't...
to find bodies.
You can go watch as much as you want, Solomon.
I don't know.
That might be the biggest torture, actually. That's what they really should have done to you for those hundreds of years, Solomon.
Just sat
Just
him
have a-
outside a fucking arena.
Yeah, just have a bunch of fights he can't participate in.
Ooh, that's cruel.
I'm gonna burn this fucking city to the ground.
Solomon,
Well-
you're missing the business opportunity. You just have to set up a new arena.
Underground Fight Club.
I don't think the tax collectors union would let him do that.
I mean, probably not. You'd have to come to some deals with them, which I know you guys did speak about this briefly earlier, but going back to that slightly, trying to get on the good side of one of the great factions wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea still. Remember, part of the reason you all were attacked at the wedding was because you had made enemies, or already had enemies, and didn't have the backing of a faction to fall back on. So...
Okay, so...
That's right. Did we ever find a place that was willing to pay for the meat? kind of transitioned from that.
If you wanted to actually go and find, if you wanted to take some time this afternoon to go and head to the Reanimator's current headquarters, or just a regular stall, you could absolutely attempt to sell it.
Let's try the reanimators
Yeah,
first.
you've got some rarer creatures; they'd probably like that better. Honestly, Solomon, give me a recall knowledge, Solomon.
Oh boy.
Our favorite one, right, Solomon?
I mean, I have occultism, but that's about it.
Genius idea, Solomon. The Deathless Arena. You've got some neat creatures. Maybe they'd pay for them so they could reanimate them to fight.
The arena would pay for them, or the reanimators would pay for them?
Both, perhaps. Like, Amira knows the reanimators will pay for them. You just have the idea maybe the arena would pay for them so they could reanimate them and use them in the arena.
Sure.
You don't know if that's true, but hey.
I mean, while I'm there, we could look into... Amira, you're coming with me.
Oh god, where are we going?
The arena.
Solomon
Okay.
is really excited to go to the arena. I'm not sure you guys will get to accomplish anything else until Solomon at least gets to see what's going on there.
It's
Take
not
a
really
visit.
joking.
You can see it, and then we're selling the meat and going home.
Meat. Alright, that's what I'm doing. Anyone else?
I think
So-
Aranth is just going to watch the dumbfuckery take place.
Are you going with them?
Why not?
Okay.
I'll give you a piggyback if you want.
Sold.
What?
What was that?
Sold.
Oh.
Oh, gold. It's an offer. It's not. I'm not forcing you to do it.
Sold. Come on, dude, let me fucking get up there.
They said yes. Do it.
I pick her up. I pick her up and I put her on my shoulders.
Yes.
Still not the
You're
weirdest thing you'd see in
wrong.
Mechitar.
Yeah.
Funny
that's
enough.
true.
A automaton vampire riding around on top of a zombie.
Abomination.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think the most shocking thing would be Aranth even accepted the offer at all.
Right.
yeah,
I was
wait,
gonna say, I was like, you hear that's already saying no.
Who are you?
Solomon!
What have you done with
Solomon!
Aranth?
run! That's not a ramp.
It's
I like this
She was-
Lauren.
She was kidnapped in Pleroma. It's actually Lauren.
Oh god.
That just means he's within range.
Exactly.
We all thought it was Lauren's master plan, but turns out it was Aranth's master plan all along.
Aranth and Solomon are going to
And Amira.
And Amira.
and Amira. So me and Cajme are left in the inn or the.
Are you not going with as well?
We should probably stick together.
Do not split the fucking party again.
Yeah,
I'm begging you people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use the scarf to just give myself a cowl like Solomon.
Split the party.
No.
No,
Cajme,
Sorry,
you want
rest
to go do
with me. She
something
can't get
else?
kidnapped again.
No.
no, we don't.
Not doing this shit again.
You don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to go with them, Cajme. They're such a big city.
Cajme, come with us, please. Please don't
I
leave
do
me
like
alone.
shopping.
You'd leave your innocent dog alone.
We can go shopping on the way back. It's okay.
Meat.
I promise. I'll get you a lovely, pretty dress on the way back.
that begs the question. This Cashme has all her memories back, so is she still into that stuff?
Having dresses bought for her? Yeah, I imagine.
If you're talking,
so
we
we just
can't
miss
hear
it?
you, Cashme.
I am into that stuff. Cashme's still Cashme, even though she has her memories.
Ah!
She's just Cashme who's tired of being poor.
That's I remember the things that I could have if I wasn't poor.
Okay. Jericho, a mechanical question.
What now?
It's pertinent to the story. As a champion, do I have to have my deity's insignia displayed to exercise my divine abilities, or can I hide it? Is it anathema
I'd
to
say
hide
it doesn't need to be super public.
Okay, so if I just have my amulet around my neck, but it's kind of like, kind of tucked into my collar a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not okay. Yeah, Zonkathon doesn't give a shit.
You think he cares about you? How adorable.
Oh no, Mahari, that has been completely dispelled. No. He knows that Zonkathon doesn't give a rat's ass about him. He just doesn't want to, in some way, shape, or form, piss him off.
Anyway, the Deathless Arena. So you're really heading there.
Fuck.
All right.
Seems
I mean,
we
it's what,
are.
it's what my role dictated, I guess. He's trying to get the best price.
Heading to the Deathless Arena, you're in luck. You can hear the sounds of cheering. There's a fight going on right now.
Hey.
Yes.
As you approach, make your way. This is very much a coliseum in how it is created. Large rings of stands surrounding a central field that is filled with a, quite frankly, variety of different things. There's large bones, standing stones, wooden platforms, and catwalks between them. It is a very varied battlefield. Multiple fires in different areas providing illumination, were it not for the fact that it's the middle of the fucking day. Right now, oh, go ahead.
So they're still fighting in the middle of the day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The partying mostly happens at night. But Mechitar still operates fully during the day. Nighttime is just party time.
Do they have the shroud over this place?
They do. Yeah, they have a number of shrouds and veils to prevent sunlight from getting through, as well as the red fog, so that vampires can operate during the day just fine.
Yay!
Rand, you have your funny thing that lets you not burn to death in the sun anyways. You have your boon.
Daywalker.
Yeah. You've got Asafonwe's boon.
Yay! Okay.
You're just fine.
He came with.
He's right behind you right now.
Oh God!
Taking a look at what's going on in the arena, the stands themselves aren't filled to bursting right now. I'd say they're about half full. Battles during the day are decidedly less popular, though they still happen. Right now, there is what appear to be a pair of skeleton necromancers, you imagine, currently set up on two different platforms that seem to be having a mock war between about 50 or so, perhaps summons of their own, constructs and skeletons and zombies that are currently in a massive brawl between one another.
Is it a good brawl, or is it like a slap fest?
I mean, they're attacking each other. They're dealing damage. Some of them are getting destroyed. To your eye, Solomon, this is a woefully inadequate fight. These are two individuals far below your strength and worthy of your attention that are more doing like a demonstration of their skill against one another. than anything else.
Gotcha.
The arena isn't particularly excited. Give anyone who wants to give me a perception check, actually.
Sure.
I should ask for
I guess
rolls
Solomon
instead
will
of just giving information.
I guess Solomon will probably lose interest fairly quickly and go back to business.
That's fair. Stop with the high rolls, people. Goodness gracious.
No, never.
Thankfully, there's some bad rolls in here, too, but, like, good gods.
Did I roll
Taking
good?
a look around, Solomon, Aranth, and Mahari, the three of you would be the ones to notice this. Most of the people in the stands of the arena appear to be students. This looks like a teaching demonstration going on right now.
Back school.
Wait, Jericho, would it be too much of a stretch for Mahari to put together that during the day, basically all the lesser fights take place from people who haven't perfected their craft, and then at night, that's when all the good necromancers come
You
and
can make
show off their
whatever
marks.
assumptions you want, Mahari.
All right, I'm gonna run with that.
If you don't wish to keep watching, you can absolutely go look around for a bookie, Solomon.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Seeing the skeletons basically slap each other, it's like, fah.
Yeah. They're not even fighting hard. Like, the more you look, you can tell they're actually quite well controlled by the two necromancers. The necromancers themselves are displaying a high amount of skill in their control of the undead if they're using relatively weak undead to fight. They're not nearly dominating the fight like you imagine they probably could, because this seems to be more of a demonstration than a true fight.
Or an insult.
So, Solomon, have you ever gone to school? I'm gonna assume no, but I don't want to be too rude.
He gives you the most deadpan look, like, really?
Yeah.
Of all
Look,
the things you
sometime-
could have assumed, Amira, I think that was the safest choice.
Sometimes when people go to school, they need to be shown the things that they're learning. It's not all just fun and games.
You must
Though it should
learn
be.
through experience and pain.
Oh, don't worry. They'll go through that soon enough. There's a
Yeah.
small, half-bandaged wrapped goblin, it looks like, who is waddled up behind you as you're observing. It's a demonstration right now, but once they're done, they'll go one-on-one against their professors. That's when the real pain starts. That's the good show.
Aranth freaks out at the sudden voice and almost falls off of Solomon's shoulders.
Oh! My
He
apologies.
grab your legs to keep you from falling.
I didn't mean to scare you. They're merely that little.
Fuck.
Hey, jumpy.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's and Amira's gonna give a false name. I can't come up with something right now.
Jessica.
Yeah. My name's Jezebel. These are my friends. May I ask your name?
Oh,
my good sir?
You may call me Saltpeter.
Saltpeter. Good name. Good goblin name. Do you participate here at the arena? My friend over here, he's been begging us to take him to the arena.
Well, strapping fellow like yourself, I can see being interested. Aren't worried your stitches will fall out, are you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Who cares for the safety, but only when it matters. Interesting. Well,
He'll pull off his arm and drop on there, and it starts moving on its own. Stitches don't matter.
oh, neat trick. Can that fight on its own?
Actually, let me check. I think it actually can.
The Thumb Wars are a very popular game late mornings these days.
Fucking Thumb Wars? Oh.
Oh my
It can
God.
still make any unarmed strike that I could have made. So yeah, it can attack.
The Cajme. I love that. What a bad joke.
I like it.
Meat. Oh, jeez.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
Get a cookie.
pain.
It's okay, you guys haven't been to my magic item shop called Mage You Look yet.
Oh my god.
Spelled Mage.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for a fight, looking to participate, I assume?
Sell meat.
Sorry, repeat that one more time?
We also
I
have
have-
some meat we want to sell.
I have beasties.
Interesting. You wish to sell meat to us.
Yes.
Weird and wild creatures. They'd make some really great fighters. Probably things people have never seen before.
I
Can you
would like-
imagine the way you could
I
trick
thought-
the odds?
I fought my way out of both of them.
I would like someone to give me a diplomacy check here. Anyone else who would like to aid may do so.
Cajme, if you wanna. Oh.
I do wanna.
Hey.
Yep.
Okay. Are they rare? Exotic?
Not really
They're
knowing for
none
sure. He'll just
more
reach-
exotic.
he'll reach into the bag and start pulling out that purple-ish worm thing that tried to eat him at the party.
Strong enough looking. Alright, follow me. Honored. I'm sorry, I got your name. Jezebel. What about the rest of you? I believe I've had the
Mira.
pleasure.
Erica.
Jerica.
Solomon.
Jerica and Jezebel. Solomon.
Actually, yeah, because Solomon hasn't been created yet, so.
Well, yes, he has. He's been in prison for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
Solomon has basically been in prison since he was created, I believe.
I think very few people even know of his existence.
Yeah.
So just doesn't. Really... He's also not smart enough to really come up with a good deception.
Grass.
Grass. Seems your parents hated you as much as mine did.
Isn't that your real name? Oh no, that's your sister's name. What is Grass? Why is that name familiar?
Are you asking me that in character?
No, I'm sorry. I am wine
I
drunk
was-
and got excited. I'm so sorry.
No, above table, that is part of his real name.
Okay. Cajme, hearing this, will get really excited. But because Cajme is not wine drunk, she will not say anything. Sorry.
I was gonna be like, well, there goes that. No. Mahari's birth name is Grasshopper.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dress up.
It's good to have all my memories back.
Good protein.
Arant, do you give a name?
Jezebel. Oh, I'm sorry.
Esme.
Esme. Right. Well, if you'll all follow me, I'll lead you down. After all, you are very important customers to our now. So, must be treated with all hospitality.
Can I do a perception check to see if this guy's a con artist? Is he actually an employee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do one too.
No one else is doing it, so I'm gonna.
I really should play up the fact that Amira doesn't trust anybody outside of her
You think
family
I would
right now.
immediately send a scam artist to you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I'm glad you guys are finally learning.
Only took us 2 years.
Can I don't want to see if this guy's a con man, because whatever. But can I just believe just for the sake of safety?
You're
Yes, you
so
may.
traumatized.
Yeah.
That's my crowning glory. How much have I traumatized my characters into never believing anything is real again?
Hey, Solomon enjoyed it in there.
Well, I mean, the only thing we know for sure was real was Abraxas himself.
Are you certain?
Yes, because you as the GM told us that this was real.
I mean, hey, if you want to use above table information. That's on you. You think I don't lie above out of character too?
Oh no,
Yeah,
but I believe that in that one instance you were telling the truth.
do you remember when he lied to me that nothing bad would happen
Yeah.
during
Yeah,
the
I
wedding?
do.
There's no reason. I'm giving you a map for your wedding just to increase the immersion. For no other reason.
Evil. Evil.
Thankfully, in this case, much as you guys have learned to be wary, as far as you can tell, Saltpeter here appears to be genuine. Cajme, there's no illusions that you can make sense of here.
Yet.
Yeah. Yet. The only thing I know for real, there will be bloodshed. Alright.
Oh, I hope so.
To tell you, Cashmere feels relatively confident that it's not going to be hurt. So.
Well, Cajme only has blood half the time, so...
Fair.
Following good old Monsieur Saltpeter takes you guys, down some stairs, into some crumbling underground ruins, all that good jazz.
Oh boy.
But traveling down, realistically, a number of cold stone halls, shadowy chambers, past bubbling vats of necrotic fluids, the scent of blood and rot and embalming fluids heavy in the air as you go, the occasional rhythmic pounding of hammers echoing in your ears.
Sounds like home.
You make your way into a large open underground room. Numerous pillars of bone holding the ceiling above ready, and multiple stone tables set out, on top of which all manner of flesh sits. Some of them full beasts, in the process of being put back together after being damaged in the battles of the arena. Others, stranger abominations, bits and bobs taken from various creatures, or even just grafts of flesh being slapped together to create unholy monstrosities that previously didn't exist.
Nice.
Well, Saltpeter takes you over to a pair of currently empty tables. Let's see what we got here, shall we?
Alright, I'll pull out the purple worm,
Mhm.
or whatever that thing was called. And then the, I forget what it was called, the thing that was wearing the crown.
The Royal Basilisk. You got two
Yes.
big worms.
Both of them ate me.
Don't worry, I'll find more creatures to eat you in the future.
Yay. Then,
Let's see. Okay condition. One of the damage. Not. Or creation. And you're looking to sell these fully to us?
yes.
All right. Well, suppose we can make something work with this. Solomon, will you go ahead? This is a little weird to do retroactively, but I would like a check from you. And I think I would like this to be survival. To see, just to get a general idea of the condition of these.
Private or
Public. You are allowed to re-roll this.
A? I
That's
don't
a
think I'm
pretty
gonna
good
get
roll,
much better.
Solomon, would you roll a d10 for me because of that?
Boss.
Didn't mean to pause. Okay. We'll give you, for these corpses, customer benefits, 187 platinum pieces.
Amira tries very hard to not look extremely excited.
Solomon will
Is Aran
extend
still-
a hand to shake.
Is Aran still on shoulders?
Unless you got off, he would definitely be carrying you.
You'd
still.
have to be like
okay.
leaning way back right now because this is not a big underground space. So to make sure you're not hitting your head,
Oh,
you're
then
like either
what if
like leaning back or hunched forward over Solomon's head.
What if instead
yeah.
of on my what if instead of on my shoulders, she was actually piggyback? So she was like her head's over my shoulder, and I just have my hands behind her so she can sit on my arms.
Yes.
If you were doing that, then
Excellent.
you'd still be able to be on his back. Absolutely fine.
Yes.
So
Perfect.
as Solomon extends his hand out, Amira's gonna like try and hold it back if he'll let her. Guy said 147 gold.
187 platinum.
100.
Platinum.
Okay.
We both have Hobnubber and Walnut Traveler. Could we roll like a diplomacy to look a little affronted, so that they may be encouraged to counter with a more
You're haggling.
a little
Say
bit.
haggling.
Can I haggle a little?
But yeah, Solomon will stop and just kind of look at her a little bit confused, but let her do her thing.
Just a little bit. We won't spend 15 minutes haggling, I promise.
No, just a single.
You may attempt a single diplomacy roll here.
Both of us or one of us aid?
I was
I'll
going to
go
say
I
to
could
one
use your aid.
God damn.
Cashmere's rolls today.
Oh my girl, you're so fucking sick.
Give
I'm
her wedge
sorry,
44.
Aran. You cannot have couple code name Jesme. It's gonna be Jessica.
Oh,
I can't leave you. You're the one for me. I
me?
love you, Amira. Mwah. No,
Oh.
Amira.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
Yeah, I love you.
fine.
I'm
She's a
so
little wine
sorry. You're so
drunk.
beautiful.
Yeah, Cashy's a little tipsy right now.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, friends. Perhaps I didn't make myself clear enough. Normal price for these two specimens right here, we'd be willing to give around 400 platinum or so. After all, so many individuals are willing to sell just whatever beast they can find. This is a first customer bonus that we are willing to provide here, so we can have a greater partnership in the future.
400 platinum.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I meant to say 400 gold, not 400
No.
platinum.
I mean,
You
you
said
did
that
say
was a
400
GM
platinum. A deal's a
mistake,
deal.
not this guy's mistake.
But a
wait a
deal's a
minute.
deal.
Wait,
Would
wait.
you give us, as the first-time customers, better buy-in when my guy comes here to fight?
Right.
Like, I want a bigger cut of his piece when he's gonna win.
Isn't that just called placing a bet?
Yeah, but I want a better percentage.
Wait. I'm kind of confused because 400 gold is less than his first offer.
His first
No,
offer was
okay.
187 platinum, or 1,870 gold.
If I could
Yeah.
intervene.
He was
here.
saying the...
So
oh,
what
go
he
ahead.
What he's saying is that normally this would be pay out 400 gold. He's doing 187 platinum because of the first time seller and stuff like that.
Correct.
So
Okay,
essentially,
okay, I got
saying
it.
it's 3 times as much based on the rolls. We get a 3 times
Gotcha.
deal.
Okay, I was confused. My bad.
Me too.
It's actually more than 4 times because
Yeah,
4 times.
he's
400
giving you
is
an
1800.
insanely
Wine
good
drunk.
deal right now.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for my treasure. Good job.
Solomon Hilda reached his hand back out.
We will never short friends and customers, Solomon. As he will
Friends.
reach out and shake your hand, Solomon.
Does my hand just engulf his?
Yes. But at the same time, he is a very strong handshake.
Good. You got a business handshake. I like it. Now I have more room in my meat sack.
Oh god, he's gonna keep collecting it.
Of course. Before I got sent back here, I was technically joining the Fleshmonger Federation.
That's why we got him a meat sack.
I already had the meat sack, to be fair. I just used it for meat.
I would like to be clear that these sorts of purchases are not usually within the arena's purview. After all, as you can see, we have quite the eclectic stock here already, so we don't often have much need for outside resources, but you seemed like an intriguing bunch, so I made a bit of an exception for you in this case. Just keep that in mind. Now, a fight.
When we return.
You said, I believe you were interested in scheduling one of those?
Yes.
Well, do you have foes already lined up, or are you looking to go against something of the arenas?
Current foes are dead. Need new ones.
Something of the arenas, then. Will you be fighting as yourself, or with your friends here?
Myself.
Fighting by yourself. I see. Alright, we can get...
Yes, I have a death wish out of character.
Well, I
Solomon,
suppose we can get... Oh, go ahead.
I know you're like really wanting to fight, but maybe it would be good if we participate in a team fight so that we don't lose you.
I got you, baby. Let me. Oh my god, dogs, for real. I would love to help you also.
So out of character, Sol just really wants to test his strength, because so far he's fought with everyone like several times, but he's looking to actually like and test how far how much stronger he's become.
Okay. Yeah.
Then why don't you do like a demonstration for the school where you just get paid a fee, and they can test their skills against you, and you can.
He would eat the students. He would not hold back.
Fair. Fair.
Students.
I will say...
I think it'll be... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. What we will effectively do, Solomon, when it would come to your fight on your own, we're going to reduce it down to skill rolls instead of going through an entire combat scene of just you and an enemy, if that's okay. Simply so that everyone can remain engaged.
Yeah, like I wouldn't ask for like a super long high-level fight, but like what kind of skill rolls? Because I have other perks and stuff I can use.
I have not determined that yet. Solo
and this is something we can
weird.
And we can see something like way down the line if we want, like after we.
He's not going to give you a fight right now. You got to get on the books. That's what he was leading up to.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know out of character. Like if it has to be like several sessions from now, I'm fine with that.
Okay, then yeah. It probably won't be anytime soon, because you guys will have things to do anyways, but he'll get you on the books for... on your own, enemies in the arena. Are you looking for a primetime spot, or just whenever?
As long as I get good opponents, whatever's convenient.
Whenever, then. Alright.
Just, maybe actually not prime time. Solomon's a bit stage shy.
Oh, I'm not.
Yes, he is.
I did this before I was thrown in prison. This is what I do.
I'm gonna give you the Cajme face.
Which
I
one?
don't think he knows.
We've got a lot of Ashby
what-
faces. Most
yeah.
of them are adorable.
Amira will lean. Oh god. Amira will lean in and say, "Look, we just don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves. Is all it is. Look, I'm sure you'll probably
Why-
get a really good opponent."
That's why I'm fighting.
Yeah, but I want to
Okay.
be there to support you, and like, we're kind of supposed to be dead or captured or whatever. So could you just make it a little bit easy on us?
He's not
Plus, if you
he's
wait
not
till
requesting a-
not prime time, you'd probably get a quicker time, so we could get in sooner.
That's what he said. Whenever, like, he's not requesting a prime time. He just wants
Yeah.
to fight some.
Amira wants to make sure it's not in prime time.
He's just saying, like, he's not shy. That's all
Yeah.
he's saying. He's not arguing about the time.
And you guys are
He's
absolutely
offended by the
right.
reasoning.
Saying whenever, it's not going to be a prime time spot.
Okay.
There's no way they would give a prime time spot to a random nobody who wants to fight whatever. No
Well,
offense to you, Solomon.
until they've seen him fight.
It's
Right.
accurate.
First fight, they get the, back end, farthest from the main stage ring. And once they prove themselves, then they might get a better showing. All right. Let's see. We can get you booked up for a fight. About a month from now. We'll send you the exact date once it's been confirmed. And we will, of course, have to gauge your strength level so we know what sort of opponent we can pitch you against.
I'm pretty sure his power level is like over. Sorry.
He looks at you completely deadpan. Are you going to say it feels over 9,000 too?
I'm sorry. I stopped myself. I swear.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a fourth wall break.
You have no idea how many individuals come through and state that joke when they get measured.
Sorry, it's from an old theater program.
I'm well aware. Believe me, I used to be an avid fan of it myself. Anyway, Mr. Solomon, if you'll follow me right this way, we will measure your strength.
We'll follow.
Skill level. He'll sort of pull you to a side room, completely empty, and he'll walk towards the door as he's shutting it behind him. Go wild. And then just shuts the door, leaving you in an empty, maybe 10-foot by 10-foot stone room.
That's no fun. All right.
He said go wild.
Yeah. Is there just like a flat? Is it like the floor one piece, or is it like panels, or?
It is stone, so it's not one piece. No.
He's gonna try to rip out a section of the floor.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and I'm mostly going to ask for just like probably 2 to 3 general athletics rolls here to see the kind of damage you can do to this room.
Okay.
Starting with the floor, trying to rip chunks out. Not a bad roll. As you reach down, digging your fingers between the small gaps to try and rip out a large chunk of the floor, you get what you think is a pretty good grip on it, and you pull it. The floor comes the stone comes maybe 2 inches up. And then there is an insanely strong suction force underneath that yanks it out of your hands back into place.
Okay. The next one, he's just gonna try and shatter the piece that got yanked from him.
Sure. I'm just going to try and destroy it.
Yeah, just like Hulk double fist power.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay. Solomon doesn't want to give a bad showing. No,
Are you
Solomon.
fucking kidding me?
No. You slam both fists down, putting your full weight behind it, trying to shatter this stone. You can hear the stone crack. You can feel it under your fists. You can see chunks of stone go flying as you impact it. You leave a pretty sizable, not hole, but a bit of almost gravel at this point behind from what you've caused destruction-wise.
With these bad rolls, they're gonna give me some random student and he's gonna die. Alright, then you need a third one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give me one more thing you'd like to do in here.
Alright, in that case, he's just gonna do a straight punch at the wall now, just to kind of
Nice
start
and
with
classic.
something fresh. See, yeah, like it's like those punch measuring machines, like how hard you can
Yeah.
hit it. Just he's gonna treat it like that.
And
All right,
there's your
enough
good
with the
roll.
janky floor.
The floor's weird. Like, you pick it up, it jumps out of your hand, so you just hit it as hard as you can, and there was almost a cushioning force as well. You dealt some damage to it, but it seemed to resist you. So you just, walk over and slam your fist into the wall as hard as you can. Can I get a flat d20 roll from everyone else in the party, please?
Oh, okay.
Would you please roll for me?
I refuse. I got you.
Well, then I'm
You got a
not.
15.
Thank you.
Okay. All of you are standing outside this room because you can see through the wall. It's transparent for you. One-way stone mirror. As you are standing there watching Solomon, and he walks right towards the wall you guys are going through before putting his fist through the wall, which stops about 6 inches from your face, Mahari.
Can I lick it?
You'll see Mahari's head kind of tilt, and then he'll just back up a little bit.
Solomon, you put your fist through the wall. This is what you should have done from the beginning. You can feel air move on the other side. And then you feel a tongue.
But it's a love
the word.
tongue. Because
Not the
I'm
word.
very proud of you.
Okay, the phrasing on that.
You hear Cajme explaining this on the other side.
Not the weirdest thing he's felt, though.
And a moment later, the door, which is, a foot or two away from you, will open up for you to leave.
Yank his fist out of the wall and then walk out.
Rubble crumbles to the ground around it. It's a nice-sized hole in the wall you just left.
He's still grumbling to himself, angry at the floor.
All right. 2 attempts at the floor. Interesting. We'll get this measured. We'll get an opponent set up for you. We'll let you know when and where before it. How's that sound?
Nod and then turn to the group.
How long are you
Well-
going to keep this floor with this secret beef with the floor now, Solomon?
I'm sorry. I
How
out of
long-
character, I didn't hear what you said.
How long are you going to keep the secret beef that you have with the floor now?
Oh, he'll get his revenge later.
All right. As you all make your way out of the Deathless Arena, quite a bit richer, which that money is in the party stash now. I can distribute it if you guys would like.
Sure.
Determine what to do next. Let's make sure Sarian doesn't get any. Giving each of you all about 374 gold.
Nice.
That's where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So stand up, stretch, grab some water, do whatever it is you need to do, and think about what the plan to do next is.
Thanks for humoring me.
Of course.
We do so much roleplay, Solomon. We gotta hand you a bone every now and then.
Great!
See you all in a few.
For the greater striking.
Well, welcome back. Well, greater
I'd
striking
say-
won't come for a little bit. Not until next level. So
Yeah,
you'll just have to wait for that.
indeed.
So, it is around little after probably 2 in the afternoon by the time you all finish up that early shopping you've done, head to the Deathless Arena, Solomon gets tested, and make your way out of there. And what's the plan from now? You know Lixel's on her way to Mechitar, but you don't know exactly how long it'll take her to get here. So...
Is there a roll I could do, Jericho, to give a best guess?
For how long it'll take her to get here?
Mm-hmm.
Society?
Okay. I'm untrained in society. Is this an action I could still perform?
Sure.
Okay.
This is effectively recalling knowledge. And I don't stop people from recalling knowledge when they're untrained. You've got no fucking clue.
All right, yeah.
My guy, you've never been to Mechitar. You don't know if Lixel has a horse, if they're gonna pick up, like, magical transportation to get here. You got no clue.
I am fucking clueless.
It,
Yeah!
You know, could be a short period of time. It could be a long period of time. Hopefully no longer than a week. Really, hopefully, less than that.
Yeah, I mean, she is carrying Volathel's body with her.
Hopefully.
I know, right?
You told her to bring it. That's no guarantee she got it.
Fuck.
Before we do get ourselves into a fight, Amira, I'm not trying to treat you as the cash cow or anything, but would you mind giving me a loan?
Yeah.
For some gold.
How much?
I'm trying to get the greater crushing rune for my hand wraps.
How much is that?
It's 650. I have three.
Yeah.
I have about half that. I have 375.
A
little over half.
I will pay the whole thing just so that you're not broke after it.
Well, it's literally the only thing I'm going to spend my gold on, so I'll cover half of it. I was just wondering if you could cover the other half.
Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and pay the other half.
So 325.
That'd be 325.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, the return of the greater crushing rune.
Crushing runes are so good.
It's a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Auto, clumsy, and enfeebled 2 until the end of your next turn when you crit someone is pretty gross.
How often do I get crits though? Let's be honest.
As soon as you have this rune, you're gonna start doing it more. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Also, you weren't here for Wardens today, but the rolls are looking up in my servers. My plans worked, and people are finally starting to not roll like complete garbage in my games.
Mine have been up and down, so I've had bad and good. I haven't had any in between yet.
I mean, hey, it's better than all bad.
Yeah.
Take what you can get.
Oh, I'm happy about it. Yeah, there is a noticeable change so far, at least.
Well, the choice is your guys'. If you'd like to do anything else, or if you just want to lay low until Lixel arrives.
Amira would like to try to find a mystic of some sort that she could ask about the wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff.
Just continue being a Ranth's mount.
So you wanna find someone you can ask general information on, you know, the theoretically, if someone were to come back in time, what would happen? Something like that?
Will we cause a paradox if we interact with our past selves?
Gotcha. I mean, probably your best chance would be to go find someone at the Abbot Mausoleum.
Yeah.
Since there are quite a number of students, you could perhaps find an oracle or someone there who is a bit more inured to the dimension of time and ask them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like someone who recently... Oh, never mind, go ahead.
Yeah, all I was going to say, go ahead and give me a diplomacy check to gather information, see if you can figure out who to talk to.
Can I aid?
Yeah.
I do have my funny thing that prevents people from noticing.
You have stealthy searching or whatever.
have like?
It's great inquiry, I think it is.
Yes.
That's the sound of a nat one.
Not a nat one, but not an amazing roll. It definitely takes some asking around. If you're looking for experts on chronomancy, that's not a particularly well-regarded pursuit. It's not wholly taboo in Geb, but in general, since everyone is so long-lived, there is almost a tacit distaste for chronomancy, simply because the idea that someone might discover a way to turn the longer lives of undead against them.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That doesn't mean people don't study it, though. And especially in the purview of a place like the Ebon Mausoleum, where professors are very public with what they're researching, that would be a little bit more common. It takes some asking around. You're not really able to get it easily. It probably takes you until tomorrow morning to find. But you do learn about Professor Valtherian, who is a skeleton, but one who doesn't look like a skeleton. They are the perceived expert on chronomancy here in Mechitar. They look like a fully living person, but categorically they are a skeleton and are undead. But they have all their flesh, their muscle, their heart beats, blood flows, they breathe.
And I used my entourage to make a connection and get an appointment.
Are you talking about your new home in every port feat? Or, oh no, entourage. That is a completely different feat you have. Oh, your group of admirers that have found you in Mechitar already.
I mean, it happens to me all the time. Like,
It's the urchins.
I mean, I love them. I give them so many little treats, all the petit fours. Little cake.
I'm gonna say in this case, none of your entourage are students at the Ebon Mausoleum who would have a way to introduce you. But in general,
Rude.
it shouldn't be terribly hard to try and arrange an academic meeting with a professor of the Mausoleum. It's mildly more challenging if you're not a student, but not particularly difficult in the first place.
Well, then I will. I say we all go together and talk to this timey-wimey guy.
Yeah.
Do we have anything distinctly from the future, or that would indicate that there might be some timey-wimey flexi action that he might think is cool? I like to bring gifts. I think it's polite.
Do we want to alert him to the fact that we're from the future or have contact with the future?
Oh, you want to go in and like be like theoretical, like we're writing a book and we just want to know?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. No, I like that. Well, then I'll give him one of my nice cookbooks.
Oh boy.
Okay. It isn't particularly difficult to arrange a meeting for perhaps the following day, the 1st of Eridus. It's a day where fewer lectures are occurring, so you are able to procure a time slot where the professor is available to meet him. Making your way into the Ebon Mausoleum itself, it's a pretty grand building, a sprawling campus made entirely of glass, nullifying the effects of sunlight. Thousands of enchanted metal rods and stone pillars building or holding the building up. Behind all of the glass, the main campus is sprawling in the shadow of these floating sunshades, long single-story stone halls connected through a network of catacombs where the students tend to live. And making your way, being led by a adjutant towards one of the many halls, you end up finding your way being led into an office. A relatively simple affair. You do notice the direction you're heading is the Department of Eternal Mysteries, a relatively secluded wing of the school with more obscure fields of studies for the wizards amongst you. But the office itself that you are led into is a perfectly symmetrical affair. A bookshelf on either side, a single large desk in the center, a painting of a window behind the desk. Even the objects on the desk, small knickknacks and objects, are paired to be perfectly symmetrical with one another. And sitting in the chair, I should say, a middle-aged human man, chestnut skin, black hair slicked backwards over his head, hanging down to about his shoulders, perhaps. No facial hair, deep-set emerald eyes. Good afternoon. Morning, night, whatever time of day it is right now. Let's see. Mid-morning. What can I do for you lot?
Hi, my name's Jezebel. I'm here with my friends because Amira would have come up with some excuse before coming here, obviously. We're doing research for a book that our patron is trying to write, and we needed to ask you some questions, given your specialty with the study of time.
You wish to know what you can and can't interact with now that you've come back in time?
I'm gonna do a quick recall knowledge, or sorry, sense motive. Is he like trying to bait us, or does he straight up know?
You're not sure how, but you are absolutely confident he knows. But you have no idea how.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear it. What are the circumstances? What's brought you back? Was it some mistake of yours? Are you trying to return? I need the details.
A demon lord sent us back in time.
Well, you're either lucky or unlucky, because either you got the stablest possible method of returning to the past, or the least stable. It depends how much this demon lord wished to fuck with you.
It was Abraxas, so it's a bit difficult to tell.
You're fucked. There's no simpler terms to use.
Yeah. We figured.
How fucked?
He just raises an eyebrow at you. Well,
No,
it depends,
here's-
if we're being honest. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
No, you go ahead.
I should ask you this, Amira. Did you, when you said Demon Lord sent you back, did you provide the full picture that you were sent to actually acquire something, or is that all you were saying for now?
That's all Amira will say for now. If it becomes relevant,
Okay.
then...
That's going to be his next thing. There's a reason he asked for all the information.
Okay, yeah, then Amira will go ahead and provide all the information. Besides the fact that they're, on the run from...
I figure you're keeping the sensitive information as secret as
Yeah.
possible and just sort of revealing the broad strokes,
Yeah.
Ended up in the abyss, might give a general idea of, what time period you were in, got sent back here, and then, you were asked to find something. Well, if you were sent back here, then in that case, you're probably not nearly as in bad shape as if the Demon Lord wished for something and sent you all back to acquire it, then it would need to be stable enough that there wouldn't need to be a worry of you self-imploding.
That's good.
Very. Didn't want to clean up soot stains again.
Does this thing kind of happen frequently?
He gestures at the objects on his desk and around the office. Taking a quick look, there's probably 2 or 3 dozen completely different objects that there's an exact duplicate of.
Take that as a yes.
Anytime someone comes to visit me, they leave me with something, I find its match from this time period. So it's happened more than once.
Have we come to you more than once?
Depends, are you disguising yourself right now?
Yes.
Are you going to drop the disguises?
Amira will go ahead and drop her disguise.
Well, is there right now?
I believe all of you was the idea.
That's
just to make sure we're not separating in the city.
Solomon tugs at his cloak, but he's like, what disguise?
I think it's Amira and Mahari are the ones who are under disguises. Primarily. So it's up to you if you drop yours, Mahari.
Amira won't push the issue if he doesn't want to drop it.
Seeing Amira drop hers, Mahari will allow his true face to be seen.
Can't say I have seen you before. Doesn't mean I won't see you again in the future. After all, I don't know how your stories will play out. But no, you have not come to visit me before this.
I hope that's a good thing.
Sense motive.
Sure.
I don't believe this fucker.
He doesn't seem to be lying to you. He seems relatively nonchalant throughout this conversation.
So this is just Tuesday for him.
No, because this is, this is a strange phenomena. But he is, from what you can tell, perhaps the only individual who wouldn't be nonplussed because this isn't a first for him. It's not even the second or third time. As he seems to be telling the truth, you're probably close to the 30th time travelers to come speak with him.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay. With that, I'm going to reapply my cowl.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you have a way back to the future? To where you're from?
No.
I
mean, oh, good.
For certain, most likely not.
Okay. Ay. You should avoid interacting with the yous from the past if possible. Major damage
That's not going to be a problem.
can be caused.
Like what
If you
kind
ch-
of major damage?
Damage?
Not that kind of damage.
I could not tell you exactly because it has not occurred before.
But it would be bad, right?
Very likely. After all, your magic signature cannot exist in two places at once. So, were you to come across your other half, your previous version, one of you would have to become the real one.
Based on your experiences, how big is a place?
You asking how close you can get?
Yeah. Like you said, the two people can't exist in the same place. Well, how big is that place?
Correct. It's more the understanding. The you from the past should never come to know about the you now being nearby.
What if we defeat
Because
our
the
past
you of now
selves?
will be the one
Consume
to
them?
cease to exist. I'm sorry, what was that?
So we can't consume our past selves.
No. The moment you get close, the world correction phenomena will activate and erase you from existence. Your life will end that then and there. Because the previous you will have to continue the steps to reach that point. Your life will be a closed loop, ending right then and there permanently.
But which one will remain? Past one or the future one?
The past one. The you of now. If you come across the you of the past, the you of now will cease to exist.
Like, do you get any kind of warning? Like, are we gonna feel tingly? Like, is any kind of heads up? Or just poof?
We get to the Back to the Future, hands fade first thing.
I could not tell you for certain. I have never personally experienced it.
Well, you know what we gotta do now, boys.
Well,
Now,
if we experience anything noteworthy, we'll come back and let you know.
great. I will give you the same warning I have given all the rest, and I expect you to not heed it. Just like the rest. What's happened has happened. That means, somehow or some way, what has happened will happen again. No matter what you try and do to stop it, it will occur. And if it doesn't occur, bad things.
What you're saying is no consequences.
No, that's not what he's saying.
It will autocorrect. We can do what we want.
No. How to put this? What about the items we brought with us? What if we leave one lying around? Would it cause a problem?
He gestures at his desk.
Is that from the future? Or?
Half the items are from the future, and then the other half are their exact matches from the current time period.
Jeez, why do they get to exist in the same room with each other, but we don't?
Probably has something to...
Because they don't have a magical signature. Have you been listening?
Yeah, sorry, I have. I'm just being salty.
They are all mundane
You don't have to be
objects.
rude. Like,
I don't think he's being rude.
I know, but like, we offered to help him, and like, I don't know. I just don't feel like that was very nice.
I think he's just...
You do recognize that you hold the key to existence in your hands, right?
So maybe you shouldn't be an asshole.
No. Cajme, how many academics have you met in your life? They're
I'm gonna
all
look at
like
you
this.
kind of frustrated and then realize that what you're saying is absolutely truth because I've been around many academics,
Like,
including my ex-husband, who's
Yeah, I
kind of
was
a
gonna
fucking
say.
nightmare.
Yeah, the last main one kidnapped you and tortured you for how
Yeah,
long?
so I'm gonna feel a little bit like kind of like that was a little abrasive. So Kashmir's just gonna go and eat a snack in the corner because
I thought your last one was Geb.
This guy's
Yeah,
just
this is-
talking like the elders of his clan would talk, so he's just used to this bullshit.
like, I feel like that he should be nice to us because we're coming and trying like actively to not destroy the universe. But then he's like, "Hey, motherfuckers, you're gonna destroy the universe," and like,
Would you
we're
rather
doing
I
the best
give you
we
these
can. Cut us some
warnings in a
fucking
nice and
slack.
happy little way?
Yes, I think that's exactly what I just said.
Mahari's just gonna reach into his cowl and just kind of rub between his eyes. He's just like, okay.
I need
That's all I
something for
want,
this,
you
just a
guys.
moment.
That's all I want is somebody to give us some fucking terrible news in a nice way for once. All we get is terrible fucking news all the fucking time in the terriblest most way.
He
Uh,
opens up a drawer,
You're gonna die some.
pulls out a little pouch, opens the drawstring, sticks his nose in. All right, where were we?
Very casual say that.
I
Solomon
just
gonna
snort
turn.
what I think he snorted.
Would you
just
like
gonna
some?
turn to Cashmere. You'll die.
yeah, actually.
Yes. Puff, puff, pass, motherfucker. Puff, puff, pass. This has been a very stressful day. Or snip, snip, snap. Or whatever the code for I am back in time. Like,
Hearing that she wants good news in a bad way, Solomon will just turn to her. You'll die someday, but you can have fun in the meantime.
Okay, no, first of all, I'm not gonna die. And if I'm not gonna
Of course
die,
you are.
then none of
I'm
you
going
are
to
gonna
eat you
die.
one day.
Jezebel
Yeah.
may not
Right.
die, but you will end one day. Everything.
And then I will eat you.
Casually, he's passed the bag of drugs to you at this point.
Oh,
Kashmi has. Have you ever seen a cat with catnip? How they bury
Yeah.
their entire face into the catnip?
Yeah.
Yep.
That is Kashmi's move right now.
It's not a big bag,
She's just
rolling.
but your face just phases through it.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like it wouldn't even have an effect on Solomon with his fortitude.
You can I allow people to willingly choose to fail saves. So against things like drugs, you can willingly choose to fail for the effect.
He wouldn't even know what it is, and he's not stressed enough to need it.
That's fair.
If Jericho allows you to intentionally fail a save, never take it.
Now I want to, just to spite.
Amira will take it from Cashme and sniff some up. Does she recognize what it is with her vast experience in that
With
field?
Super Taster. Yeah.
Yeah, super taster.
Yeah.
When Amira takes them, Kashmi will phase through Amira's hand back through the bag, and then look up at Arance and smile, like encouragingly.
Arance snatches the drugs without like even thinking. Just listening to this bullshit.
It's been really. We were in an alternate world. Like, this has been a very stressful time.
Amira, can you give me I believe I still need a recall knowledge with Super Taster.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you get a +2 circumstance bonus from me.
I don't know if she has a bonus just because how many drugs she's done. She's probably done this one before.
You've had hype before.
Okay.
And this is not diluted or anything, which is probably more so what you've had. This is full on hype.
Oh. Jeez.
Which is just an adrenaline drug.
Yeah.
So Yeah, as most of you get high together.
Mahari doesn't partake
Yeah,
in
I'm
this.
aware. And continue the conversation about how not to blow up the time stream.
Does Aranth just feel like she's flying? Or is she not on my back anymore?
No, she's still on
She's
your
up
back.
there. Woo! Woo!
Where were we? Let's see. Don't.
No consequences.
No, very much consequences. Very much consequences. Let's see. What are any of you doing right now? Like the past you's doing right now?
In prison.
In prison, okay.
I think I'm being tortured on another plane, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't actually remember, but I assume what Cajme remembers.
Yeah, you're being tortured on a different planet. You would have
I'm
just
being-
arrived right now.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is no consequences since I don't plan on going to that other planet.
Not particularly consequences, no. From the time period you're from, any people you're close to?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a friend.
Okay. Are there any couple things? Let's go through this one by one. Are there people you are close to that you know and have seen?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
No.
No, like your friends in the future that you saw.
Okay, so
I don't
sorry.
have friends.
Above table, I'm not sure what he's asking. Like,
He's
have
basically
we-
asking for people like Lixel, like active people from where you are in the future. He's asking specifically about those people right now. When you were in the future, were there people you knew that you were on good terms with that you had
Okay.
seen face to face?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They have to live
I
until
don't
then.
have friends.
Makes sense.
Or if they aren't going to live, if they die, you're gonna have to find a way to hide it, fake it. Because the use from the past, when they get to the future, will meet that person. So, that person has to make it till then live. So if you do things now that cause them to die, and they aren't gonna show up in the future,
Let's bring him back. It'll be fine.
This is gonna be a headache, isn't it?
Mahari,
yes!
I love paradoxes.
Mahari feels so vindicated right now.
How long in the
Because
future are you from?
Everything.
Pretty fucking
you thought
far.
was Right.
He passes the drug bag back to you. You might need this.
This guy is so fucking high.
I like them.
Cajme is going to like slink slowly over to Mahari, slowly.
Mahari just
Slowly.
walks to you. He looks at you. What are you doing?
Cajme's gonna blow drugs in your face and smile.
Cashme, I think he's
You just
like more into pain stuff these days.
You just glitter bombed him with illegal drugs.
Oh, these
So,
drugs are fully legal.
For the first
Well,
time in like a
what would
hot
be
ass
in
minute,
modern day illegal?
That's fair.
Hey,
like Cajme doesn't feel like the world is gonna end and like she needs to be on high alert.
What's up, Queek?
so, what kind of drug is this, Jericho?
It is hype.
Or-
Would you like
Hype.
to fail your save, or would you like to make a save?
I would like to make a save.
Okay, go for it. Give me a fortitude save.
Fortitude. Yeah. Constitution. No, boo, fortitude.
But your fortitude is your constitution.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't feel the effects of it at all as Cajme blows some in your face. You inhale
Yep.
some, and just you immediately filter it out before it can have any effect on you.
And after Cajme blows drugs in my face, I'm going to reach for the bag of drugs.
Cash's gonna let you have them, and then she's gonna give you a big hug.
And Mahari's going to take the bag of drugs, he's going to hug Cajme, put the drugs on the table, pick Cajme up, and set her on his shoulder.
Reach for the Can I reach for the
I'm
bag
gonna
and
lick
put it
it.
in my boat?
I'm gonna look at Aranth and say, "Are we gonna play chicken?"
That is my bag of drugs. I'd appreciate it if you didn't take them for yourself.
Don't steal the drugs, you guys, please. I just want to be able
I
to go
thought-
somewhere with you in public.
I thought he was gifting it to us. He
No,
said
I'm
you're
giving
gonna
you
need
more
this.
to take now.
Oh, okay. I hand him the bag.
Can
back.
I
Still
tell
my
you
stash.
about the future?
Sorry, what was that?
There is gonna be the best.
I cover her mouth. I
love.
cover her mouth.
No, no, no. Mahari reaches up to try to get her to stop.
Telling me information isn't going to change anything.
The best.
As long as I don't act on the information I've been given, nothing will happen.
Does this mean we have to kill him now?
No, I'm just excited for him. I just want you to be excited. I have to say, though, by the way, you look so good for. And Cashmere's gonna pause because she doesn't know what the appropriate, polite way to
For
be like,
being
hey.
dead?
Well, dead, undead, dead, not dead. I don't know. You look phenomenal.
Thank you. This is, me from the future's body.
What? Sorry. How
I
do
went
you...
there and killed him.
Okay, yeah, I get that part, but
Right.
how did you become living?
I'm not.
Okay, I don't feel like that's the important part of the story. How did you go to the future?
Magic.
How do we go to the future? Hey,
Wait, did he say he was from the future?
No, he killed his future self, took his body, and came back to the past.
how do we
He
go to
created
the
his own
future?
loop?
Yeah, he created, from what he said, if you understood everything properly, Solomon, he created his own loop where he has a set end of his life.
So you said that earlier in the conversation, you said that if we meet our past selves, because our magical signature can only exist once, our
Mhm.
future selves will be erased.
Yes.
A creature's magical signature, is that based just on their existence, on their soul? What's it based on?
It's not based on your soul. It is the, It's not a great way to describe it. You know how you have fingerprints? They're wholly unique to you?
Yeah.
Imagine that. But
It's my cosmic barcode.
I have 2
I
different
have
sets of
no
fingerprints.
clue what the barcode is, but I'm gonna say yes. It is a
So
unique signature to yourself. Some
Fuck,
say
does that
it's
mean-
bound to the soul, some don't. It's not wholly researched.
Solomon looks at himself. Do I have a bunch of signatures?
No, you'd still have your own. You are you, are you not?
I am many me's. He looks
You're
at stitched together body
many-me's?
parts. I am many me's.
Oh.
Is Mahari the
Look,
only
He's
Theoretically,
literally
if-
stitched. He's literally
Arts.
he is literally Frankenstein.
You've been stitched together from other people, so how that would work is the signatures of those people would have been stitched together into a new signature for you when you came into existence. Unless, of course, you existed
fingerprints.
prior to having this body, in which case you would have already had your own signature. It's
Okay.
it's soul
I have-
adjacent.
I have 2 different fingerprints though. His hands have different fingers.
Is
Well, then the analogy doesn't really work for you. But the
Oh.
point stands. He's got a pipe in his mouth now.
What-
You're not sure where he got it from.
What's up, Mahari?
is Mahari the only one who isn't high?
No, Solomon's not high. He's just stupid.
Yes,
I'm
is
not
really
high,
interested in
just
this
stupid.
signature thing. Because if pre-Cashme didn't have her memories, was she different? Like, and now that she has combined all of the memories of all of the hers that were, is her signature different now? Not that she's going to interact with her other self on the other planet, but also, like, she would like to have an academic conversation with this guy about it.
Oh, she's totally gonna interact.
Or are
with
you
her.
going to go in depth into your experiences with parallel universe use?
Oh yeah, Cashmere's high, and like all of her filter, like she's just fucking done. She's done with all of it. Like the chance to have a speck of some sort of clarification or like insight would shatter any sort of last ditch self preservation instinct she has.
Well, this... Oh, go ahead.
Before we get, Amira is pretty able to hold herself together even when she's inebriated.
Yeah, all of you who
And she's bring it on to
got
that.
drugged are
Let's
stupefied
finish
too
asking
right now.
pertinent questions.
I will allow Amira to derail Cashmere.
Hold on a minute. What?
Yeah.
Stupefied
No,
too.
no. What did Jericho just say?
Yeah.
Stupefied too.
Stupefied too.
Yeah. All of you who are drugged are just stupefied too right now.
I thought you said all of those who are not drugged.
No.
I was gonna be like, what the fuck?
It's a
Uh,
cure.
Extra words.
Okay, so above table, is there anything else we need to ask this guy that's pertinent to our investigation?
Well, it depends on what the party's goal is. We all believe that we actually met Abraxas, and he gave us the opportunity to do a job for him, which in return he claimed would get us what we wanted, or would get us close to it. That's finding the Soul Leech. He gave us 200 years to do it. So is the goal of us right now to find that Soul Leech within 200 years so we don't get on his bad side? Or is our goal something else?
Yes, because as much as Amira and Kashmir want to kill Samitu, doing so will cause a bad thing to happen.
Will it?
So
We haven't heard anything from Samitu, I don't believe.
I know where he is. I would like to pay some people to fuck him up.
yeah,
I understand that he has to live, but also he doesn't have to live with both of his arms.
Yeah. Well, let's firebomb his house or something.
Yeah.
Does he have to live?
I mean, I guess we
I
never
don't see
met
why
him.
not. Right.
Okay. Hold on a minute.
And they may have brought him back. Like, we don't have any control over that. I say we fucking kill him.
Okay. This guy just told us that we can't meet our past selves because it'll fuck us up.
I mean, okay, so Amir can stay home that day.
Okay.
But he also said that he killed his future self, so maybe he's lying.
Yeah, that was the past, which is technically the current, went into the future, killed the future self, took his body, and then went back to the past.
Okay. So...
what Ari's trying to get at is we shouldn't do anything that will disrupt the flow of events that occurred to get us to this point.
Yes. But...
I mean, as much as he would like to, absolutely soul rend.
The wedding's already happened, though.
Well, yeah. We are fucked in the current timeline. In order for us to get to the point we are at now, we can't mess that up, or something's going to change.
Is the rule that... Okay, is the rule he set down that whatever happens, the people we met in the future have to be alive?
Yes.
Well, I'm more asking Jericho. Sorry.
Oh.
I don't think we met any of the other guys in the future.
Jericho?
We met Lauren.
Lauren is the only person you have met in the future, and thus the only person who theoretically has to survive until that point.
Okay.
And what was told to us about... I'm sorry, Mary, go ahead.
The rule isn't... Okay, we have to... The people who we saw have to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
Do the people who influenced events have to be alive?
They need to be alive in the current timeline so they can make those events occur.
Here's how I would describe it to you, Amira.
Mm-hmm.
If history says a specific person is responsible for an event,
yes,
was that person actually responsible? Or did someone else do it and take credit for it?
Yeah, there's that, but also it's the idea that even if we kill Samitu, somebody else could do what Samitu did to get us to that point if history is self-correcting. Now, that being said, I practically agree with Mahari that we should be careful with what we do. I just don't think that
From
fucking
how
around
he
is
put
a
it, if
pure
you
death
were to,
sentence.
from how he basically would put it, if you were to do something like kill someone, like Samitu, and you know in your past during this time he did something, you would be, the best course of action would be to ensure that something comes to pass yourself instead of relying that hopefully the world correction phenomena, as he described it, fixes it. Because you don't actually know if that will or not.
What I could do is I could kill Samitu and then make sure that past Amira gets sent to the jail where Cajme is.
As long as she gets sent to the jail at some point, about, I believe, around 70 years from now, all's good.
Yeah, the only way she got there was because what was that thing, a vendor raven or whatever the fuck it was called, contacted Samitu and said, fork her over.
Well,
but again, that's what history says, Mahari, so did it have to actually... You guys are in a realm where illusion magic exists, is the big thing to keep in track.
So the thing is that Amira was so out of it during those 70 years that she basically doesn't remember what happened, right?
Amira was actually kept conscious for most of it.
Oh, okay. Then I think Amira will refrain from fucking with any of that in that case.
Yeah, Amira was the one person who was relatively conscious because you were kept by Samitu. The rest of the party were sent to Zithni's pleasure den underneath lead, and they were kept in a drugged stupor for the entire 70 odd years, or however long their respective time before they were sent to Triaxis was.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna try to argue once, but hear me out. For Cajme, the only reality that exists is the reality that she's in. Like the future that was isn't the future that is, because what we do now affects the future that is. So this is the only reality we have. And in this moment, we have a chance to fucking kill Samitu.
My concern, as is Mahari's concern, is that it might like obliterate Amira because of wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah, also,
I mean,
the guy who's the leading authority has just told us that reality doesn't give a shit what we think.
It would be fun,
I will
though,
support
right?
the party.
But Amira does not want to take the risk that she will be obliterated by time correction.
Cajme, you're not wrong in what you're saying, but you guys would effectively have to find a way to guarantee that Amira would, past Amira, would see Samitu for the next 70 years or so before Samitu ships her out. However that occurs, you guys would have to figure out, most likely.
That's...
Yeah, that's it. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, that's like just from we do not have the resources to even make that fictionally occur.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I hear you. In character, this is going to be very difficult for Cajme because 3 days ago he ruined my wedding. And so, like, Cajme's obviously gonna go along, but like, it's gonna be hard for her.
Amira will take Cajme aside at some point and try and help her through it.
Yeah,
don't leave her and Solomon alone, because Solomon will try to instigate it. Like, yeah, let's go kill him. I'll help you.
Mahari himself is not like, even as savage as he is, he understands to a limited degree the pain that Amira and Cajme are going through to a very small degree. But in order to get anywhere, we can't just fuck with everything.
Yes, for what it's worth above table,
We
I think we're all on the
can,
same page right now.
Can I task my entourage urchins to keeping Amira track of her and keeping like an eye on Samitu? That way, if when I come back, that I'll know where he is or something. Because Cajme has to do something
You can
to feel like
certainly
he's
ask
doing
them to.
something.
How
Is
it
there
will play
something
out for
else?
them, it will be interesting to see.
Is there anything else that Cajme can do that would feel like she was doing something? Because not doing anything is going to feel literally like torture for her.
Well, we are doing something.
If you guys would like some hints above board, at least, Samitu will have a role to play in coming events. You guys might not be able to avoid interacting with him in some way.
Okay. Yeah, so
Oh, fuck.
Okay, well then I will kill him when he comes.
Yeah.
Cashme, if there's one thing you wouldn't like, you can know, and I don't know how patient you consider Cashme to be at this point after thousands of years. You're now in the same city where Samitu lives. Even if you can't do anything now, as long as you're keeping an eye out or an ear out, an opportunity should present itself.
Yeah, then that's Cashme's gonna ask her entourage to keep an eye out and ear out. She's gonna keep an eye out and ear out.
Are we the entourage, or is this someone else that you're?
It's a feat
I
she
have-
has. She has a group
I
of
have
followers.
Yeah, it's I tip the street urchins and they
Cashme
know
has
me.
groupies.
Yeah,
It's kind of a big deal.
She got fans.
This
But-
came about from Cashme when the party was first in lead, just getting every street urchin possible to work for her. So Cashme now has a mechanical feat that allows her to make use of street urchins.
Damn. But still above table, our prime, just so I know, our prime goal is to find the Soul Leech
yes.
and then somehow signal Abraxas that we have it and he can, like, teleport us and it to him
Yes.
within 200 years.
Yes.
You know, it's a funny thought. Divinity Leech Abraxas showed you all was an adult, and he asked you to get a child.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you had-
had already had that thought.
Same.
I thought the one he showed us was the juvenile.
No, he showed you an adult and asked you to get a child.
Did you say he lost a juvenile?
He did. It was lost, stolen. He's a little cagey about it.
Someone or somehow it got away from him,
Yeah.
and he probably kind of pissed. All right, so our prime goal is to find the Soul Leech and get it back to Abraxas.
Yes.
I would also like to try to set up a little bit of good graces for us in some of the factions, and I would like to set Lixel up so that she can have success for the next 200 years, and I want to try to fix Arant's mom. And that's all the things that I want to do.
So, are we eating Samitu or no?
No. You're...
Not yet,
Find the
Solomon.
Soul Leech and return.
Hey, once 70 years pass and Amira is sent to the fun zone, then it's open season. It's just a little more
It's almost-
complicated if you do it before then.
I just can't
This is
imagine it's
almost
going to take us
already.
fair.
I'm just gonna beat the shit out of him. You can have you can do
Yeah,
the feeling
yeah,
finish
sure.
the blow.
I mean, let's be clear. You can still do that right now. You just can't kill him. Like,
But where's the
random
fun?
muggings happen all the time. We're in Mechitar.
They don't happen to wealthy people.
Yeah, they don't. Jericho, from Mahari's interactions with Samitu, was it ever like mentioned how old Samitu was?
You had one interaction with Samitu.
Okay, Amira, how
Um,
old is Samitu?
Yeah, what does Amira know that?
I
Would
don't
he
think
ever have
Amira
told him?
actually knows Samitu's age.
Fair enough. I feel like that's something he would keep secret.
Yeah, that's never something he would really like publicize to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Makes sense.
Checking
I'm
my
just
notes in a different document real quick. Let me open it up.
to everyone else in the party, I'm typing out like our prime party goal and some other ones. What was another one we wanted to do?
I want to set Lixel up for success. I want to set us up for success with factions, and I would like to revive Lixel's mom, or Arant's mom.
So for success. Curry
I don't
favor
need
with
to
the
do any
fact-
of those things.
Curry favor with the.
I mean, for all we know, we're the ones that set Lixel up for success, and we have to do that to ensure timeline continuity.
Yeah.
Hee ho
Curry
ho!
favor with great
What
factions.
fun!
Cajme, what was the third one you said?
Revive Arant's mom.
Okay. Revive.
Mahari tactically not noting that down.
Oh no, I'm writing this. Fall. Nix, how do you spell your mother's name?
Gesundheit.
I have to spell this every fucking time.
I have the spelling if you need me to give it.
I got it.
Okay. Or as Kashmi puts it, falafel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Revive Falafel. Okay. Does anybody else have anything they want to accomplish?
Nope.
Kill in the arena.
Okay. I'll put that down as number 4.
Yeah,
No.
I want to make many bets that Solomon's going to win and then make a lot of money.
I feel like that's insider trading.
I feel like I can use my urchins to sow a myth that he's really shitty and raise our odds.
You know what's great, Amira? You know for a
Mhm.
fact there's no laws against insider trading in Mechitar.
Okay, nice.
Actually, can I
You
do
just
that?
have
Can
to
I
rig
use
the
sow a
fights
rumor?
better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure sow a rumor is actually a feat you can
It
use.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. So I've got primary party goal, find the Soul Leech and return it to Abraxas within 200 years, set Lixel up for success, curry favor with the great factions, revive Falafel, and get Solomon into the goddamn arena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aranth, do you have anything you want to do?
Aside from maybe shopping, no.
My girl.
I think
Speaking
more
of
on
which,
the
I gotta
long-term
start-
goal front, Aranth, is what they're asking.
Oh, shit.
We can't kill Lauren.
I know.
I don't know what thing she wanted to do.
He could be mugged, though. He doesn't need both his arms.
He had both
Well-
his arms when you guys met him.
Yeah.
He also was an
Because-
illusion guy when we met him. He wasn't really real.
So Aranth, is there any long-term goal you would like to fulfill that does not involve Lauren?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe just keeping tabs, I guess. Like,
Keeping tabs on him?
yeah,
Okay.
I could have my entourage keep tabs on him, too.
because Lixel was rather vague about their dealings, so I feel like Aranth would try to be nosy.
Okay.
Hey,
Mahari.
Speaking of shop,
Huh?
Yes.
Aranth, what if you're the one who has to set up Lixel with Lauren?
As a mysterious benefactor,
Yeah.
that would be funny, and I am down for that.
speaking of shopping, I need to see if I can get a size changing room eventually, because Saria never frickin' casts enlarge on me.
Because he is having a personality
break.
crisis right now.
Yeah, he's having a smoke
He
break.
went out. He went out for cigarettes. Sorry, Aranth.
Okay.
It's fine.
Just so everybody knows, Mahari himself, his only goal is the Soul Leech, so he will be all for helping you all with your goals, because they get him closer to that, which gets him closer back to his soul.
Mahari's soul is really important to Cajme, and I am absolutely down to side quest any opportunity to get your soul back beyond just the soul leech.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
this information is very exciting for Cajme.
yeah, Mahari's got to find out where it is
Well,
first, and then he's got to go get it.
1 second. When we were in the future, someone told us that your soul had been eaten, right?
Yeah, Shay did.
What if you have to eat your own soul?
What if you have to eat your own soul?
One moment. Jericho, the knowledge that Mahari is kept alive solely by the whims of Zonkuthon, is that something he himself knows, or is that just something I, the player, know?
That is something Shay told you. You're in a weird spot as well, Mahari, because you did meet Necressa. She was the reason you all went to the Abyss. But at
Yeah.
the same time, when you met Abraxas, Abraxas mentioned that vengeance had already been visited upon Necressa. And give me a perception check real quick, Mahari.
There you go.
Oh, that was so close to a 1.
Oh!
Something
That means
about
it wasn't a 1.
something about the way Abraxas said it to you
Uh-huh.
made you think it was this vengeance that was visited upon Necressa did not occur between Necressa being the reason you all went to the Abyss and whatever that exact date was. The way he said it made it seem like it was something that happened a long time ago.
We might need to kill Necressa.
Yes.
Okay. So it occurred a long time ago.
Must get rid of her
So,
shield.
so if vengeance was visited on her a long time ago, but I saw her,
Mm-hmm.
that means she survived, whatever it was.
She could have. Solomon, give me a recall knowledge roll real quick.
Well, of course you're going to see her the first time because this hasn't happened yet.
No. Hold on a minute.
Solomon, remember how you couldn't touch Necressa?
Yes, all too well.
And, you know, the explanation given at that point in time was divinity prevents
Divinity?
physical contact. That doesn't make
Yes, well, shit,
sense. Thinking back on
Oh,
it,
she was.
that Necressa could have very easily been an illusion, Solomon.
Oh my god. Ah! Wait, did we have the injuries from Necressa once we got to the Abyss? I think I remember something about that.
I don't believe you did.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought I had to be healed after I got impaled by the scythe.
I'd have to go back and check my notes on that to be sure.
You've been had.
No, like I can't.
I'm
As a
calling for you
player,
to
I
jump
can't.
on me, Tipsy.
Oh, the puppy.
Hi.
I know this is supposed to be confusing for Mahari as the character, but as the player, I'm beginning to not be able to follow this very well.
Yeah. The general idea, there is a
Uh-huh.
very likely chance that Necressa, that was the reason you all went to the Abyss in the first place, wasn't real.
Uh-huh.
It was a
Wasn't
setup.
actually Necressa.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you all were sent to the realm of illusions,
Okay. I see where that's going, but I have a question.
Mhm.
Shay was real.
Was she?
Where is she now?
you stopped seeing her after a point in the Abyss. No one talked about her, no one made any sort of mention of her existence. She just sort of stopped showing up.
So basically, Tweak, what we're saying is Mahari can probably kill Necressa without consequences. That's
Because you already
ultimately-
did.
Yeah.
That means I can finally punch her lights out.
Does that make sense, Mahari?
It does. So
Okay.
basically, what it could have been, that all that bullshit in that manner was an illusion, basically, to get us into Pleroma, into Diovengia before Abraxas, to get us to
Oh
agree
my-
to go find this thing.
Fucking Abraxas.
There
with
is
the
a chance
plans
that is
and
what
plans.
happened.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean that is the kind of 60 chess you would expect from a demon lord, like Chef's Kiss, if that's what it is.
So I'm saying, like, we've been had. This was a
Hey, if we've been had real well. So
And also, who's to say, because I want to make it confusing for you guys, so who's to say Abraxas is responsible for those illusions?
He just could have asked. We would have done it.
I mean, to be fair, we probably would have.
Right. We didn't need all this.
But okay, I would ask Amira and Aranth and Cajme this, but is there any type of person, like in Mechitar or Geb or just in the fucking world, that can see a person's soul in their body?
Probably.
But do you know specifically the type of individual I would need to find?
Recall knowledge
anybody
test,
with the
Mr.
feet?
Jericho?
I don't know. Do I?
Anybody with the feet soul sight.
That's a player character thing.
Yeah. NPCs can have it too. It's like they have also reactor strike.
That's pretty much the answer. It wouldn't necessarily be a specific type of individual that is capable of casting or capable of seeing souls. There might be certain individuals out there who are inherently blessed with that ability or have trained themselves in such a way that they can see souls.
Then can I have that be my downtime activity? I want to learn that spell.
I thought it was a feat.
It's
Oh.
a feat and a spell. There's a spell that lets you do it.
Hmm.
Okay, but is there like a name these people go by once they're recognized for being able to do it, or are they
No,
like secretive?
There's no specific group. It is something some people can possibly do. Some people might bring attention to it. Most people probably wouldn't, because there's something that can be taken advantage of with that.
If you can see the souls of
Yeah, some people might have ways to take advantage of that, because there are certain things that you just need sight on something to be able to affect. So
okay, so mother.
Would you trust a stranger to look at your soul or look for your soul?
Well, as Mahari, he would relatively trust someone who is like an expert in their field, quote unquote.
Then I would go with you to help you find somebody to look for
Yeah.
your soul.
Delicious.
No, because fuck.
I feel like this session has just been planning.
That's okay. That happens sometimes.
Well, yeah.
So are we
This is really gonna suck if the whole time he had his soul and he was just having his chain jerked around.
are we having this debate like in character, or are we just
I
having
like to
figured out
think
out of
so.
character?
This is a rough
I really
table.
hope so.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about this in character at the same time we're
Okay.
talking about it.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay. Just okay.
Just it's easier to verbalize it to each other like above table, but it's
Right.
definitely happening in character.
Yeah, except we talk about it where no one else, or where we think no one else could hear.
Okay.
Are you not having this conversation in the professor's office still?
Yeah,
It's in
Cashmere
the
would
middle
have
of the
had.
street.
She would have laid it all out there for him.
It,
We're in the middle of the street talking about
he
this. People
seems
just think
like a
we're
decent
crazy.
guy. I'm sure he's not going to betray us or anything.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
bullshit.
I'm telling you, we should just kill him. We've
Well,
never met him before this.
I would like to point out gently that, I mean, well, okay, hang on. Jericho, should I spoil it or no? Because we went like 40 sessions before anyone ever found out that Aranth was a whisper elf, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't.
Would you like to take a look?
You see souls?
I need everybody to kind of open up Aranth's character sheet.
Oh jeez.
Oh, boy, okay.
Go to her feats.
Mm-hmm. Soul sight. It's there.
What am I looking at?
Her 8th level class feat.
I mean, which character I forget?
Aranth.
I know I've seen Soul Sight whenever I go through character building and stuff, so I know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aura, isn't it Aura Sight? Is it Aura Sight?
It's spirit
Aura
sense.
Sight doesn't allow you to see souls. It allows you to see the auras of creatures.
Aranth's level 8 class feat. Everybody is soul sight.
Oh, class feat. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go then.
Well,
The
But has
important thing
Aranth-
to note there, it cannot detect soulless bodies.
Can you
Does that
detect
mean
Mahari?
Mahari's just invisible to her?
That would
well,
actually be
hold on a
kinda
minute. Hold
bad.
on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Mahari doesn't know that Aranth can do this in the game.
Well, I
Unless
think
she
the idea is
volunteers
she's telling
it.
us.
Oh, okay. If she's telling us, okay. So Mahari will excitedly turn to Aranth and. So, can you see it?
Never really tried before.
Can you try now, please?
One
Is his
second.
tail wagging?
No, it's completely still. He's very still.
It's like he's begging for a treat. Can you see now, please?
Oh, wait.
Pressure's on.
Hang on, I know this. Fuck, we got 5 minutes. Okay.
5 minutes for what?
Jericho, I can't tell if that was encouraging or not.
I am completely neutral in this. Can you see Mahari's soul or not?
Oh God. Okay.
Plot point.
He made the decision about whether you or your mom died, and now you get to make a decision about whether or not you see a soul.
The one thing that he's been wanting to know for 200 fucking years, and the answer lies in Aranth's hands.
Yes.
So much power.
It just depends on how much of a petty bitch he wants to be.
Lies to him. Gaslights.
I mean,
Oh
she
no,
might.
Mahari trusts Aranth. He won't try to make a check on her. He'll just believe what she says.
As I was saying, like, she can gaslight, and she'll believe it.
If Aranth can't see it, Cashmere might do a check on it. Because Cashmere has complete fucking faith that Aranth can pretty much do anything.
In case
if
something
you can't
happens,
see it,
Well, see,
in case something happens, is Aranth still on my shoulders?
yeah. So the
Because I need the body block.
issue is me as a player, I adore you, Queek, and it's like when I play a video game and I have to choose all the right answers because I feel really bad if I hurt a character's feelings.
Uh-huh.
But Iranth, she's not a nice person, and she I feel like we all know that.
I don't know. I thought
So-
she's been pretty neutral.
Well, she's come a long way from the start of the campaign to now.
She's surrounded
Maybe
by
someone
worse
just
people.
hasn't
It's
pissed
hard
her
for her to shine.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone just hasn't pissed her off yet. I don't know.
She's always these people make her live in a constant state of like simmering anger, but she likes them. So Iranth focuses for a moment on Mahari, and again, since she's never really done this before, she's not too sure what to look for or what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, but
Because you're not trying to taste it.
I don't have super taster, sir.
Why not?
Everyone's a druggie like you.
Mahari, I can feel it.
I'm gonna punch him right in the arm and say, "I told you, I knew it."
I roll a secret insight check, and it could just be between her and me if it's true. Or
Sure.
Not. I don't know if I rolled well or not.
I will message you, Solomon.
Oh God.
Cajme
Thank you.
believes it because Cajme knows that Ranth wouldn't do something nice just for fun. Politely.
Is it broken, Aranth?
Until, at least, not now. But it's there.
You're going to see tears of blood come out of his eyes.
There's
As
an
he,
Cajme's gonna say
enemy
that's
in
gross. And I'm sorry. Go ahead, Solomon.
There's an invisible enemy in here.
There's a knife wound in
Cashmere's-
Bahari's chest.
Gonna say that's disgusting and hand you a hanky.
he just
Yeah.
kind of takes it, just holds it. He doesn't really do anything.
And that's a vampire thing, right?
Amira is gonna like pat him on the shoulder, trying to comfort him.
No, Cashmere, that's
Probably
a
not
gross
doing a
Mahari
good job.
thing.
Okay, yeah. Then if it's a gross Mahari thing, then I am gonna comment on it being gross. But if it's like a normal vampire thing, then I would not. No, I would make fun of you for being gross. Now that I am very self-conscious about making fun of Aranth for being gross.
Solomon continues to look around for an enemy. He got wounded somehow. I think in the entire time he hasn't really seen like legitimate tears.
No.
Except like maybe when the time when Cashme technically died in the snowland.
Happened.
Mahari just goes quiet. He doesn't say anything or do anything. He just freezes while he's looking at Aranth. And probably only Aranth would notice this unless someone else is staring intently at Mahari's face. But there's this light in his eyes of just profound gratitude.
Finish the Elder Scrolls quest. He got his soul back.
Cajme's gonna push you and say, hug her.
While she's on Solomon's back, piggyback riding him.
He'll freak you out. He'll like waddle over.
Mahari, you're trying to look in her eyes, and she's like constantly turning as Solomon is looking around.
Just swinging her left or right.
Hey,
I can't see
fucking
any
open.
enemies, guys.
And she kicks herself off of his back so he can look around.
Mahari, who attacked you? I don't see anyone.
As you say that, anyone who's looking at Mahari's face just sees the blood be absorbed and back into him. And then the regular insanity returns to his eyes. You guys got to see a sane Mahari for all of 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Oh my god. Crazy.
And I think that is a perfect note to end tonight's session on.
Oh. Okay. So
That sure was a whole freaking thing.
According to Aranth, Mahari has his soul. And you guys know a bit more about the rules of what it means to have come back to the past.
To play the nope, not gonna make it, not gonna say it.
and I really hope this moment doesn't go south.
Well, thank you all so much for playing.
Yeah, thank you for running it, Mr. Jericho.
I do
Fun
hope
as
you
always.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I'll see you all next week for probably a bit more action.
Yeah.
Tune in next week and find out.
Find out next time.
Hey, Ranth.